Welcome, low ego action heroes and phoenixes. I'm Debbie Levitt from dcx, and today is episode 269, where we're going to look at an article that I published some weeks ago asking the question, if AI is going to build something, as in it's going to do some or all of the coding, do we still need UX research? While I get some of my screens ready for today, I'm sorry I don't have my chat up. I totally forgot. It's been so long since I streamed, I forgot to put my chat up. So if you are commenting, I haven't seen it yet. And hopefully my system won't put me through a whole bunch of CAPTCHAs. Two-factor authentication. Now we get to see the sausage being made. Let's see. And also put into the chat some of your thoughts on this as well as we go. Okay, I've got my chat open. So anybody who wants to comment or ask a question, this is going to be some of my opinions on this stuff, and it's based on an article that I published. If you are curious about the article, you can find it on Medium. My publication there is called R before D, because I think we should do R for research before we do D for design or development. So let's press a couple of buttons and let's bring this up, and I'm going to open up my browser window and move through the article. Yes, you're seeing my cursor, but sorry about that. So if AI builds the product, do we still need discovery research? Do we still need to do discovery, generative, or exploratory research if we're going to have AI design our interfaces or build our prototype? The answer to that depends on your commitment to your customers and your commitment to quality. First, let's examine the simplest answer before we consider the more complex answer. If your company is happy to release products, services, and ideas without much consideration for whether they deliver what target audiences need, then sure, you don't need to do early research. You decided that you don't care how well you know your customers. You don't care what problems they have that you might solve, and you don't care if what you deliver matches them or not. Solving the right problems well isn't a priority. In fact, pursuing that might be seen as slow, expensive, and not worth it. We'll ship something, users will figure it out, and we think that's good enough. In that case, you can cut just about everybody on the product team. Why bother with a product manager? Why bother with a business analyst? Why bother with strategy? Strategy is important when we care about customers, quality, and outcomes. But if those are not priorities at our company, what would any of those jobs do? We assume that our idea must be right or close. You might think that it'll cost you very little and it was fast because AI is going to build it, but you're running into the risk of, my idea must be close. Without generative or discovery research, you'll guess again. With 90% of everything failing, you're likely to fail again. Are you still fast? Is this still cheap? Are you burning trust? You should care. There's no guarantee that any idea is close, especially when we work from guesses and assumptions and avoid research and better knowledge. Imagine a startup hoping to create something users need. Imagine you want to create a product or service that will help people save money. You can tell AI to build this. It will guess at the problem and guess at the solution and generate something. It's unlikely to ask for more information before burning natural resources and giving you something. What are the chances that you are anywhere near a good solution? We had a startup client that thought they needed to build a motivation platform / social media site to inspire people to save more money. They could have AI generate that, but our research showed that 0 people wanted that. You might wish that you could save more money, and you know that the answer isn't more motivation. Something else blocks you. The people we interviewed wanted something very different to solve the problem of how to save more money. But we only had a mountain of great data about target audiences, their problems, and perspectives because we spent weeks on having humans research with humans. You can ask AI to build a thing addressing the real problems we found, but AI is unlikely to create the very human-focused ecosystem that we imagined. AI will build a digital tool since that's what it can do. You'll solve the wrong problem very well, or maybe not that well. If we care about quality, customers, and outcomes, can we skip the early research? Too often we ask ourselves the question, can something be done? Such as, can we ship a product without any UX work? Or can we ship a product without a product manager? Sure, that can be done. Anything can be done. But we're not asking the right question, which is, we can do this, but is this a good idea? Is this likely to create the business outcomes that our company needs to succeed and grow? Are we delivering ROI and value to our customers? The next time you hear a question that sounds like, can we do this? Shift the conversation to, should we do this? Nearly everything on the planet can be done, but should we do it? What risks are there? Are we comfortable with those risks? Is it possible or likely that we will spend a lot of time and money on something that fails? With experiment and new product launch failure rates still hovering around 90%, as I mentioned before, we seem to be very good at what we can do, but not very good at what we should do. We'll be fast. It'll be great. You might think that AI makes experimenting or guessing faster and cheaper, but there's a lot more at risk than just measuring the team's time to release something. Smart teams and businesses must consider the risks of not understanding our users or their needs or problems, not solving a real problem, poor solutions, bad ideas, bad executions of bad ideas, and bad executions of good ideas. Cybersecurity and hacking. Many of these vibe-coded and coded by AI products are easily cracked and hacked. And your company values and brand promise not delivering what your customers expect from you and think they're paying for. What other risks can you think of? You need early generative research when you don't want to fall into the above traps. Even if AI tools are part of your process, knowledge is still cool. Understanding target audiences' needs, tasks, and perspectives is still in style. Creating great solutions that people want to use and pay for is still cool. We pretend these are out of style, but our customers can tell when we skip understanding them or we skip trying to solve their real problems well. You can tell when you're a customer. We can always go faster, cut more corners, or ask more AI tools to guess or design. But will we deliver the quality and value our customers expect? Will we make excuses for bad products and guess again? Should we? And that is today's article. Thank you for listening along. Hello to the 4 people watching live on LinkedIn. If you are watching this later on our Delta CX Hive YouTube channel, press like, give us a like, and ask a question in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts on some of this. I think there's a lot for us to talk about AI and using it. In fact, that will be next week's topic. Make sure you join us next week. It'll be a different time. It'll be 6 p.m. Italy time, which is not when this is. We're going to be talking about is AI likely to take our jobs, or is AI likely to cause a resurgence and renaissance of UX work and UX people? So I'll be looking at that next week. I've been spending weeks writing that just to deliver it to you here in these streams, and so I hope you will join in for that. Mark your calendars. If people don't have any other questions, I can certainly wind down today's show. I love when the shows can be short, but I'm sorry if I missed any questions. I'm not sure my chat system is totally working. Hello to the people on LinkedIn. We're just winding down, but you can certainly, once the stream stops, you should be able to watch it from the beginning, or of course it will be on the YouTube channel immediately as episode 269, which I'll put into the appropriate playlist. If you are in our Discord community, which is completely free, you will get a notification about it there in the events channel. And don't forget to check our upcoming events like next Tuesday's stream. It's, I think, one of the most important things I've written all year. So next Tuesday's stream, and it is called, I keep forgetting exactly what I've named it. Is AI going to be a resurgence for UX? So will AI and AI agents mean more work for you, more jobs for you? Jared Spool says yes. Other people on LinkedIn say yes. I want to weigh in on that, especially since these people are out there giving conference talks, and those conferences are not accepting me because I have a different perspective. So get your critical thinking hats ready for next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Italy time. That should be noon in New York, and I hope to see everybody there. Yes, 6 p.m. We're going to also run late on that one. I've booked at least an hour and 20 minutes because I have a lot of slides to go through, even after cutting 20 slides, and I want to make sure I have time for your questions and comments and thoughts. So I will wind this pup down, and thanks to everybody who joined live on Twitch and YouTube and LinkedIn. Everybody have a great Tuesday. I'll be live again tomorrow doing Ask Me Anything. If you'd like to ask a question ahead of time, just go to dcx.to, and there is a way to ask your question ahead of time. So thanks again, and see everybody soon.